Great angle to watch that 6 from, directly from the helmet of Bryony Smith. But you're absolutely right, Marty. I think sometimes your decision making is what clouds you as a batter, and I think all that gets taken away from you when you know you've pretty much got to go from ball 1, and suddenly that comparison is just a little bit closer.
Goes again, goes well enough, well enough. Sophia Dunkley there with a sort of desperate dive, but knew she was going to get nowhere near it. So 3 sixes in the last 5 deliveries.
Often in run chases you try and get ahead of the run rate early, and that's what the Trent Rockets are going to have to do here. It's going to be a big ask, but shots like that are really going to help. We saw with the way that Tammy Beaumont batted in the first innings how good a pitch this is. Bryony Smith has had some good form in this tournament so far. She batted superbly against the Northern Superchargers at Trent Bridge last Wednesday. She's currently 34 off just 13 balls here. Smart from Lozelle. There wasn't much pace on that delivery from Hartley, just 44 mph. She wants to get Lozelle Lee to drag that ball across to the leg side, but instead Lozelle just dinked it down to third.
Loved your story in the break. If you weren't with us, if you want to know why Tammy Beaumont can't stop scoring runs, it's because of Kate Cross.
I'm going to need her to attest this, aren't I? Because it could just be a story that I've made up.
Leg side this time. Ismail is very much in the thick of things at deep square, deep mid-wicket, long on.
Yeah, it's brave from Hartley again. The pace dropped down even more, 43 mph. Trying to force that mistake from Smith or Lee.
Big appeal. Nothing. Looks Hartley's interested.
I think unless there's bat involved, then this is going to be a good review from Tammy Beaumont. She has gone up.
Just play it through from there, please. Can we go to Ultra Edge, please, when ready? Ball's very close to the gloves. Thank you. Flat line. Flat line. There's a clear spike there. Just freeze it there. Clear spike when the ball's on the glove. Grace, you can stay with your original decision of not out. I'll let you know when you're on screen. Signal now.
Just a brush past the glove. Yeah, Nicholas you might have just seen slip. And, that's not good news at all. Just come off. I don't know whether she's come off for some attention and then we'll come back on. We'll have to keep monitoring that, but doesn't look great at the moment.
Good set from Hartley, just going for the 6 off those 5 deliveries. And the LBW shout to remove Lozelle Lee. Unsuccessful that time, but what Hartley wants you to do is she wants to force the batters to sweep and play square of the wicket, especially with the really slow top of the order.
Oh, it's a brilliant effort. That is a terrific effort. We've seen a catch or two gone down, but that would have been spectacular.
Yeah, what an effort from Freya Davies in the covers. That would have been straight into the worldie book. It's actually hit her on the wrist. She's gone too far. And that has hurt. So I think from the Northern Superchargers point of view, it's actually changed how we've built our batting lineup. We've obviously brought in Jemima Rodrigues, who's probably more of a consistent, fluid player compared to your Alyssa Healy. That's a great view of that catch. Freya Davies. That's what the Welsh Fire need.
That's what the Trent Rockets need. They need that and plenty more. They're on target, let's put it that way. Record run chase. And two opening batters are doing a terrific job.
I'm not surprised Bryony Smith is smiling when the ball's coming off the bat like that. Really clean hit. It sounded brilliant as soon as it hit the bat. Managed to clear that front leg and just swing through the arc. 6 more. That's already Smith's 7th boundary of the innings. She scored 4 sixes and 3 fours.
Watch bowlers, one of the things I always look for is speeds, not because I want to see excessive speed, but because I want to see variation in speed. If you look at that set of 5, there was no variation at all. It was 60, 62, 60, 60, 60. And as a batter, that's what you want. You want the consistency of lining up a bowler. And, well, you'll see a different speed here. You'll see certainly a lot quicker. Whether she varies her pace as well. Is that what you're looking to do?
Yeah, especially against the likes of a Lizelle Lee and a Bryony Smith. Changes of pace to these.
That's what deceives us batters a lot of the time. It's not so much your quicker ball, slower ball. It's the subtle variations in between.
And I think in the women's game as well, there's still that element of having to create power. Obviously, you see a lot of that in the men's game, but having to generate pace is still quite players that are at the crease, so let me tell you.
Change of pace immediately. They know each other very well, of course, Lizelle Lee and Sheb. Wonderful shot, just gets on top of the bounce. This is some innings from Bryony Smith.
To use it and access that offside with all those fielders up in the ring.
Is 50 the women's 100, 22 deliveries. Shafali Verma, so on the cusp. Bryony Smith goes up, but not the distance, and a pretty easy catch. Boy, did they need that, and you can see the celebration. They realise that too. Lizelle Lee not quite finding the middle of the bat.
To track back at mid-off, especially when you know it's Lizelle Lee that's hit it, and the danger that she can do to teams. Pace on by Ismail. She's gone fuller this time, enticing that drive. Giselle Lee just didn't get anything on it. No mistake made by Freya Davies, and an important wicket for the Welsh.
Right, time out. Time for just a little bit of a chat and reconsider. 78 runs on the board for once, 104 required from 56.
Welcome to our look at the road to the Rugby World Cup. Before it all gets going in France, of course, a lot to play for.
David Campazio.
All about rugby.
Stransky looks for the drop. And that's it.
All about the World Cup.
Reinevent is going to score.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It blew even our mind.
This is magnificent from the All Blacks.
You were sure that if the ball gets to the wingers, it's definitely going to be a try.
And there's the opening try.
If you take Farida Priya, he was unbelievable. You're talking about the 36-0? Yes.
Join us and our panel of experts as we discuss everything rugby and everything World Cup. On your World of Champions.
Oh, that's a touch. Boom. No chance for the goalkeeper.
Catch the best of the Gauteng Development League only on Channel 216 every Sunday.
Whatever you do, keep running with us. The 2023 athletic season every
at all. Brilliant start, fantastic start. One of the best players in the world strides to the crease. That's Siva Brunt. We talked about the matchup right at the top of the show if you were with us, and the matchup is right now. Shabnim Ismail up against Nat Siva Brunt.
Predicted that she'd be going for that knee roll early, trying to trap Nat Siva Brunt on the pads. This will be the big wicket that the Welsh Fire will be hunting. Just a few subtle changes in the field from Ismail. Making sure her square leg's in the right place on the boundary.
Stifled appeal, stifled appeal. Ismail was very keen to get up there.
They have lost the review early. That looked like it was just sliding down the leg side, but that is the length that you want to be bowling to Nat Siva Brunt early. Said at the beginning of the show, she's susceptible like all of us when you first go out there. She is only human, but that was a brilliant set of 5 from Shabnim Ismail. Your captain calls on your international players, it means she needs a wicket, and she found one.
Just wonder, Tammy Beaumont, the skipper, that she could have just bowled another one, another set of 5 there. She's still got 10 to go. With the importance of Nat Siva Brunt, if she was thinking about that, she decided obviously not to. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, it was always the toss-up. On the wicket and found the breakthrough, it could always be a great option, but you also need to think about the back end of the innings.
Chase. I think we're going to check that. Yeah, I don't think we need to, because I think the indication there was it's gone for 4.
Those decisions about the 5 or the 10, I think that's where it's really important that you... It has been confirmed it was gone for 4, but they're the moments where you then think about bowling in partnerships and making sure that Freya Davies now picks up where Shabnim Ismail left off.
Excellent work.
changing the field, so mid-wicket has gone to short fine leg, which has meant there's a deep square leg fielder now and a deep mid-wicket, so protecting that leg side boundary.
Bryony Smith on 48 from 20 balls.
Not going to be the fastest 50, but it is a significant contribution.
Brilliant piece of fielding from Sophia Dunkley there. You often get your best fielders in the key positions, and she finds herself at deep mid-wicket for a reason. Spoke about the importance of partnerships bowling as well. And Freya Davies picked up exactly where Shabnam Ismail left off. Come and bowled an important set of 5. Taken the wicket, the key wicket of Bryony Smith, who was on for the fastest 50 of the 100. And now the Trent Rockets have got 2 new batters at the crease and a lot to do.
Extreme talent and experience. A lot of this is going to rest on her shoulders from this point in. So we've got Sophia Dunkley just taking a world-class catch. Over to you to bowl some leg spin. Bowled terrifically well on Saturday.
Yeah, good tags.
Good line, cramping up some room, and this is where the
she bowls some useful leg spin of all sorts. Some straight, some wrong uns, some leg spinners, but a good pace and quite handy. But every time the Rockets lose a wicket, the pressure just mounts. They have to keep going. There's no respite.
Should only be one. That's the way the game seems to have gone as well, isn't it? You need people, players from both ends going hard at the same time, not just one player.
Yeah, in a chase you'll have to, because you can't chew up any balls. Mr. Tammy Beaumont, just keep accelerating. Rather the mid-off goes to long off and the long on comes in. You can try and get the batter hitting against the turn.
What a catch! Oh, it does not get any better than that! Sophia Dunkley, what a reaction! And a terrific catch for the Welsh Fire.
Yeah, try this shot off the back foot this time, trying to drill it down the ground past the bowler and past mid-off. But what reflexes! What a cricketer Sophia Dunkley is, not just with the bat or in the field, but just with her bowling and her presence of mind. She watches it, out goes the hand, and it sticks. What a moment, what a wicket.
Hands like flypaper. It sticks. I was ducking as the ball was smashed. You won't believe how hard this ball was hit. We've slowed it down just to make sure you appreciate how good a catch that was. Takes it over to her left side, and even has the presence of mind to pop it into her air, into the air on such brilliant movements. The matches get won and lost.
Yeah, Nat Sciver-Brunt goes for 10. And is that it for the Rockets in this chase? They needed that wicket. And Sophia Dunkley comes in and breaks through at such a crucial time.
good tag.
And a slightly calmer moment after the moment before, Kumar. That's 45 balls gone, 92 on the board.
Yeah, even her reaction first off was, should I get out of the way? She kind of flinches, sees an opportunity and grabs it.
Well, on this occasion, she's been kept on to bowl another 5, but does not start this set very well. Offers up some room to Harmanpreet Kaur, who tucks in.
Yeah, immediate field change. You don't need your short mid-wicket. If I get the single on the leg side, make sure you're covering the boundaries. As a bowler, you're looking at the scoreboard. They need 2 runs of delivery. They need 6s. They need boundaries. Make sure that your field is set. You cover the boundaries with your field, and of course the execution of the delivery you want to bowl, but most important, you've got to stop the 6 as well. But that's up to the bowler, the boundaries with the field, and just keep allowing them a single or 2, and let the run rate mount and the pressure with it.
A little bit more air there. It is about that now. It's been less complicated, but doing what you set on very well. A very strong position. Swept away. Gets a great angle. Terrific position. 4 more runs.
Absolutely. When you talk about executing a sweep, you try and get outside the line of the ball to maneuver the ball into the gap, your head right over your front toe in front of that front pad and just flat bat it. Beautiful shot.
Field is set well for that. It's 40 balls gone, 83 runs needed. Fire in a very strong position, but we've seen it all here today. Tammy Beaumont with a spectacular 100. I just saw a moment of brilliance there for Sophia Dunkley.
That's really well bowled, executing a plan, getting the batters to hit into gaps. Just takes a flurry of boundaries to change the complexion of a game. That's what the Trent Rockets should believe. We saw that with Georgia Adams against the Welsh Fire. The Welsh Fire were truly controlling the game. Georgia Adams put a few over the boundary line, and they managed to steal a win. Can the Rockets do the same? Someone needs to step up.
Oh, yes, great.
Wicket to wicket. Alex Griffiths didn't always have a great time of it on Saturday here, but she's got a predominantly leg side boundary right in field. Just one fielder on the boundary, so you'd be expecting her to bowl a good length, wicket to wicket, middle stump. Close, just sliding down. That's the sort of plan she's playing to, and that's not always what we've seen today, Kumar, is it, from the bowling departments, where
Yeah, other than for Lana King, everyone else struggled for the Rockets. And even the Fire, they started off a little scratchy. It took a while to settle down. They were under tremendous pressure with Smith and Lizette Lee going really hard at them.
Pulled away. Should only be one.
But since then, they've really settled in. Tammy Beaumont, brilliant with the bat, brilliant with the leadership skills on the field. Tactically, they've been very good. The field really well set. The bowlers are being back. They're told, don't worry, you will be hit for boundaries, but just try and get them hit to your field. Don't be afraid to execute according to the field set.
Yes, great.
Just again, I guess, when the coaches will be reviewing this game, perhaps that's the sign that you'd see up from the bowling coach: get hit to your field.
Got it, Griff.
Yeah, it eases a lot of pressure. Even if you go for a boundary doing that, you accept it. It's very easy to work back and think, okay, why did I get hit for a boundary? Was it missed execution? Was it something else? But if you're not bowling to your field... Oh, what a shot.
Exactly, what a shot. Came from nowhere, didn't it? Alex Griffiths just missed her length. It went towards the taff.
Yeah, just stand and deliver. That is a good height, waist height. Hit down the ground. Now, if you're a bowler like that and you've been hit, that's fine. You know it's a good shot. You probably should have bowled it a little bit fuller, maybe less pace on the ball. So it's easy to work back. But if you're getting hit all around the pitch, bowling all sorts of deliveries and not really sticking to a plan, it's really difficult to have any clarity at the top of your mark.
It's almost one of those that makes the captain look like she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah, and I felt for the Rockets when they were, going all over the park with Tammy Beaumont, rampant Sophia Dunkley as well. And sometimes as a captain, you just got to, shrug your shoulders and say, yeah, we are trying to execute a plan, but they're just too good on the day.
Yes,
Freya Davis back in.
I mean, you've watched the Fire for a few years now in terms of the 100. What's really changed for them, the women's side, from last season? Last season, very, very average, very poor. But this time, vying for that top of the table.
I think one of them they recruited a little bit, and they've got their better players playing better. I think it's an easy thing to say, but it's true, isn't it? Now that is a really good piece of cricket, if you can clip it up from today, of the ball to deliver in the situation where it gets hit. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right, experience counts for a lot. Ability counts for recruit skill. And that comes with experience. Then you know that they can step up when the pressure's on, when the chips are down.
Can change your pace there from Freya Davis, and situation is getting more pressurised by the ball from the Trent Rockets. 70 runs needed now off just 31, and after